coming out from playing a very good match against Red Bulls, a game that we got a point, which is always good away from home, but the way we play very well to even believe that we could have gotten the 3 points. So we just have to make sure that we continue to play with this energy that we show in New York. We want to be competitive in every competition. So we'll be competitive in this difficult match that we have tomorrow against LAFC. But also we have to be mindful and smart in the way we're going to manage the team in this month, because we have a lot of games, consecutive matches, that we have to make sure that we utilize the roster the best possible way. So this is going to be a difficult game, and we have guys recovering and getting ready to be able to participate.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. If you have one, please go ahead and use the raise hand feature, and I will call on you once it's your turn. We will start it off with Sam Spiller of Stumptown Footy.
Good afternoon, Gio. Like you mentioned, quick turnaround from the team, or from a Saturday, excuse me. Guys are still dealing or recovering from injuries after Saturday. Are there players who maybe didn't feature or who weren't on the roster for Saturday that maybe we could expect to see tomorrow night?
Yes, so definitely, as you mentioned, there's some players that still are recovering. We had to bring some other players as well, just to make sure that we have more availability. In the case that some of the players are not able to make it to the game in regards to their recovery, we have other guys that we can utilize and be able to have available. So that's the good thing about having T2, that gives us the chance to be able to have other players as well. And that part is, something that I think makes us stronger as a club. When you have a second team in which you can use players that you can continue to develop, that you can have, first team players going down to get minutes. That's the reason why we have T2, and especially for this particular game, we've brought a few players that might be available for the match as well.
Gio, you've had a lot of success since coaching the team in the Open Cup in 18, making the quarterfinals, and 19 in the semifinals. Can you just talk a little bit about what this tournament means to the club and how you view it as competition within the regular season?
I've been always one that I believe that we have to compete in every competition, especially one like this, which is the oldest competition in the United States. I have a big respect for this competition. And I'm always going to take it seriously. We have to also be smart in the way we're going to play in this game, what players we're going to use, because as I mentioned before, we have a busy month, and we have to make sure that every player participate in us staying competitive and strong. But make no mistake, Portland Timbers will take this very seriously, and it's going to go into this game to try to go through and continue in this competition.
Go to Josh Gross.
Hi, Gio. How are you?
Good.
Good, thank you. The second time you're facing LAFC this season, did you notice anything under Steve Cherundolo that you didn't see under Bob Bradley, or are there differences that stand out to you?
No, I think there's a lot of similarities in the way they play. I think they're very similar. I think, of course, they have different players. And always when a new coach comes in and you mix the roster, it can go the way it's going for them, which is, a lot of excitement. The team is building confidence. I think that we're going to find a team tomorrow that definitely has more confidence than the team that we played the second game in the season. We came very close to get 3 points in here. And in the last few matches, we've been very competitive in Banco, California. So we expect to do the same tomorrow, but we're playing with a confident team, a team that definitely is going to make it difficult, a team that is going to press, is going to try to manage the ball. And we just have to do our job. Whoever's going to step on the field is going to give everything that they need to give and execute the plan in order for us to stay competitive and try to go through after this round.
Do we have any last questions for Gio?
Do you mind if I ask one follow-up?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, thank you. They've talked a lot about the depth that they've used. LAFC is a weapon, sort of coming back and overwhelming opponents late in games. Either they come back like they did against you, or set themselves and win. What have you? How much of a luxury is that to have that kind of depth? And what are you seeing from them that makes it difficult for you that way?
Of course, when a team is deep in players and in quality, of course, it makes it more difficult. And as I said before, and when a team finds success, the confidence builds. So we're gonna play with, I'm sure, a roster tomorrow that it will have some starters and some other players that will have an opportunity that are not as frequent starters. Nevertheless, I think whoever they're gonna have, as you said, will bring the depth that they need, and they're going to be very competitive. So we expect this to be a very difficult match, and we're prepared for it. At least the guys, the mentality has been very, very good. And if we bring the energy that we brought in New York, we're going to be very competitive.